United Arab Emirates UAE is at the center of a new conflict between Somalia and Somaliland. Secondly, we have some updates for you from Tigray Eritrea border. What is happening there? Any activities? All that in this video. Let's start with the first story about Somalia Somaliland tensions. UAE is at the center of a new conflict about the control of Somaliland's airspace. Somaliland hopes to be recognized as a country. Abdirahman Ero, the president, held some meetings in recent weeks and he informed opposition parties and elders that by the end of this year, Somaliland will be recognized as a country. Lots of lobbying is underway in the US reportedly. But the two rivals, Somalia and Somaliland, are fighting for the control of Somaliland's airspace. Somalia's Civil Aviation Authority this week warned Fly Dubai. Fly Dubai is a UAE-based international airline. Somalia's Civil Aviation Authority told Fly Dubai that Fly Dubai must ensure that its passengers who arrive in Hargeisa must have an e-visa issued by Somalia's federal government. But Fly Dubai has been recognizing e-visas issued by Somaliland's immigration authorities. So Somalia's government warned Fly Dubai that Fly Dubai could face suspension or other actions by Somalia's Civil Aviation Authority if it does not follow the rules announced by the Civil Authority. Then came a counter move. UAE, is a key partner of Somaliland's government. UAE built Berbera port. The Somaliland government a few hours ago issued a statement. Now, Somaliland is asking all international airlines that they must acquire a permit before entering Somaliland's airspace. And that permit will be given by Somaliland Civil Aviation Authority, not by Somalia Civil Aviation Authority. Somalia has been controlling Somaliland's airspace. Somaliland did not have the required infrastructure and the machinery, but Taiwan reportedly has been helping Somaliland. With the help of Taiwan, Somaliland has been trying to establish its own aviation infrastructure. It seems that Somaliland, with the help of Taiwan and UAE, has established its own independent aviation system. That is why Somaliland is asking all airlines to get a permit from Somaliland Civil Authority before entering Somaliland's airspace. Around 80 flights are handled by Somaliland's main airport, Hargeisa Airport. November 10 is the last date announced by Somaliland's Civil Aviation Authority that starting from November 10, all international airlines will have to share a list of their passengers 72 hours before the flight time, and they'll have to get a permit from the Civil Aviation Authority of Somaliland. So tensions rising between Somaliland and Somalia, and UAE is at the heart of this tension, backing Somaliland against Somalia. Secondly, what's two updates for you from Tigray Eritrea border? You know that a few months ago, the Simdo started, which is a reconciliation between Tigray and Eritrea. Delegations from the two sides of the border have been visiting each other. Leaders have been meeting. TPLF, PFDJ leaders have been meeting. Tigray military and EDF commanders have been meeting. In some border areas, reportedly, some centers have been established for these engagements. You can call them consulates. Though no official visas are being issued, but Tigray cannot issue a visa. It's a region, but a consulate type of office has been established on Eritrea Tigray border, on Eritrean side of the border, to handle the engagements of the communities, of the people, of the leaders across the border. Firstly, a team from Tigray went to southern zone of Eritrea. A soccer team, it played a football match in Eritrea yesterday. The team is returning today. Secondly, Eritrea is releasing Tigrayan fighters. The Tigrayan fighters have been in prison in Eritrea for around 3 years. They were captured as POWs during Tigray war, and they were involved in combat. So they have been released. Around 100 are going to be released today. These 100 Tigrayans and members of the soccer team which played a football match in Eritrea in southern zone yesterday, they are going to enter Tigray through Rama. Rama border is open between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Zilambasa border is also open. There are two or three border crossings open between the two sides. All these exchanges of visits and delegations and people are happening without Ethiopian federal government's involvement. Technically, it's a violation of Ethiopian territorial integrity and sovereignty. That the border is irrelevant now, or the border is controlled by Tigray. So one border of Ethiopia is being controlled by Tigray. Tigray is overseeing the movement across the border without any procedure. Which procedure is being followed? No visas being issued, no other documents being issued reportedly. It is happening just through coordination between the two sides, and sometimes the coordination is verbal. That is why the federal government says that TPLF is violating Ethiopian sovereignty. TPLF and Tigray leaders in their private conversation say that TPLF is being pushed against the wall. It has no other option. TPLF status has not been restored by the federal government. Federal government is not restoring economic activity. Federal government is restricting flow of funds to Tigray. So Tigray is on its own. How will Tigray survive? Federal government wants to impose another siege on the people of Tigray. So Tigray needs to open up. It needs to have an outlet to connect with a neighboring country. Otherwise, federal government will again impose a siege on Tigray. And if federal forces are allowed to be deployed on Tigray Eritrea border, the federal forces will lay siege to Tigray and Tigray will be at the mercy of the federal government of Ethiopia. That is why border should be controlled by Tigray authorities, not by federal government. This is what federal government, what the two parties say about the activities ongoing on Tigray Eritrea border. Thanks for watching.